Good morning, afternoon, or evening, and welcome to the Hayseed night, where Adder continues his efforts to get out of Zep's head. Well, yeah, I'm as ready as I can be. Let's go. Let's dive on in. You're about to make a deep dive into the darkest corners of Zep's mind where she doesn't dare step. Go on. You'll have to venture forward, trusting your instinct and her occasional advice to advance through the maze. It's impossible to tell what you may witness from here on. Okay? So, is this game's way of giving us some kind of a content warning? Aha. As an added precaution, however, you have a Show Content Warnings button at your disposal. It'll display a screen listing any relevant content warnings for the memory once you click on it, so you can know what to expect should you prefer it. I've already marked this video as not meant for children, or like all of my content as not for children. So I think I've done my duty there, and I can expect my audience, the people who watch these videos especially, because I think the young children would probably find these videos rather boring, because it's mostly just people reading text. So I think I can reasonably expect everybody watching this to be an adult, and therefore to be responsible for themselves for the content that they consume. And I myself prefer not to get spoilers. I like to experience the events like without any spoilers. So I'm not going to read the content warnings. I'm going to trust that all of my viewers are responsible adults, and yeah, we'll just go into things blindly, because that's how I prefer to experience my stories. So, didn't we already see the I Love Mom memory? Oh, revisit the memories you've seen to find new paths. So, these are all memories that we've already seen. Should we start with the I Love Mom? Air, don't open that door alone. That one-eyed chub, Adder something. Yeah, let's start from the top. Dear Diary, Mom says you are mine now, and she said you are a friend in a book, and I can tell you things when she is busy, and I can't tell her you're like Yoff and tailed, but not dumb. Okay, sure, revisit to find new paths.
Honey, please, let me in.
Ah! Go away! No!
Oh, Sep, I'm so sorry I scared you. I'm not mad, see? You didn't make me mad. I just got a tad upset because I was trying to have an important conversation with Dad while you kept tugging at my sleeve and I lost my temper. I didn't mean to yell at you like that.
So we've already seen this one pretty recently, in fact in our previous episode. So I'm going to see if this is still going to count as seen if I skip memory. Oh. So this is how we find new paths, huh? I want to be like her.
Hey, Sip, so, I've been thinking real hard about that thing I said about being responsible and whatnot, so I think I'm ready to take this step. Ma'am, will you be my wife?
Sep nearly spit her whole drink on Adder's face.
What? What? Are you seriously asking me to marry you?
Look, I know it's sudden and it's weird and my parents will never look at me the same, but it's the right thing to do. And I don't want my fawns growing up without a father.
Fawns? Whatever gave you the idea that I'm expecting?
You know, or maybe you don't know. Please tell me someone told you about this. Hold up, maybe gazelles just don't make fawns like we do. See, when a deer and a doe love each other very much.
Adder.
Hey, Sip, quit acting like a fawn. This is important. Come on, does it look like I'm telling a joke here?
Imagine Ra's face. The thread of thought Adder was following dissipated into something untraversable. This current wouldn't take him any further. This is kind of fun, isn't it? Air. Dear Diary, Mom told me today that she's a doe and I'm a gazelle, but we're family and I said I know, but she said the rest don't know, so they're dumb and I agree. Technically, Okay, learning new words, I see.
No, I refuse. No matter how you insist, I can't just choose one. You are all my favorites.
So we've already seen this one too. I think I'm just going to skip memory here too because, yeah, we've already seen this. Actually, maybe it isn't going to be all that long. Maybe we can watch it.
It doesn't work like that, Mom. You have to pick one.
Why? Can't I love all my children equally?
It's not love, it's law. Illigrip says that it's the parents' duty to choose one child to favor as the heir of their estates to prevent a division of power and infighting among their descendants.
I need to have a word with Mr. Buntalos about his idea of age-appropriate lessons.
The doe's coattails meandered behind her as she made her way through the pergola. Zep followed them closely.
He also said that I don't need to worry about any of that because I'm not a doe like you. Is that true, Mom?
The trail of ghostly silk came to a sudden halt. The doe turned around to lift the tiny gazelle between her arms.
You know what, Sep? You are my only daughter. So that technically makes you my favorite daughter, doesn't it?
What does technically mean?
Kind of.
That means I can technically keep my room?
No, dear. You are destined for far greater things. You will have your very own palace when you're older. Much, much bigger than this one.
But I don't want to go. I want to stay here with you. I don't need a big room. It can be small. The smallest one.
I don't ever want to leave. The day started with a promising invitation and a massive nuisance that attending it would suppose for Sap. This was it, her first foray into the family business, heeding the whims of some dear other than Miss Rochelle, being paraded around town like a prize, feeling everyone stare on her and her patron. No, wait, she enjoyed that much. It was the questionable poetry what was killing her.
Ah, Jasif! How have I longed to talk to you face to face like this. There's no greater distance than time, milady, when your company I lack. For if you were to travel beside me...
1,000 leagues would seem a yard. Fancy that. You look fantastic for being nearly 200 years old, if it's true you write your own words, Sir Askadath.
Ha! Discredited by a throwaway quote spoken in haste. Had I known I was in the presence of a fellow thespian connoisseur, I'd have found something more discreet to recite than a traveling troupe classic, like well-willed words.
Don't worry. I wouldn't know what's cliched and what's not. I'm not allowed to attend any performance outside the Desert Rose. Miss Rochelle insists that public theaters are not fit for royalty and that I should be content with reading books instead.
That is absolute utter nonsense! Theater is an art! Had I been born under different circumstances, I would be touring the kingdom with my company! Not as a mere mummer, mind you, but as the most goddamn renowned actor in all of Akathor! Alas, my endless list of nobiliary obligations takes far too much time from my schedule as it is, but not enough to ever skip a play, big or small. I shall let that stewardess of yours know that she's an uncultured beast, if you do not do so first.
Please don't. As much as I'd enjoy seeing you insult her, that'd be far too reckless of me. I shouldn't risk losing the only home I've known over a few laughs.
What do you mean, Jasif? Is the Desert Rose not your property? The last bastion, the remains of your kingdom?
It's a long story. One filled with murder, treachery, and usurpations.
Go on.
I should indeed be the owner of the Desert Rose by family right, but Mom, Mother, never named a legitimate successor. She probably never intended her business to outlive her, but she didn't intend to leave us as soon as she did either. When she died, everything turned to chaos. Some fled, thinking that we would tear each other's throats over the deed of ownership. Some left, trying to clear her murderer's name. I stayed, too young and too scared to know what would become of me. Someone had to take the reins of my house eventually. Miss Rochelle, my mother's oldest apprentice. She promised that she would only manage the Desert Rose while I was too young to do so myself. But now I realize that a gazelle will never be old enough in a doe's eyes. My chance to rule and my chance to escape both disappeared a decade ago, and so I came to a tragic conclusion. I'd rather see my mother's legacy stolen than destroyed, and I'm afraid that I was part of the deal as well.
Your words feel as swords sunk deep into my heart, and yet their painful steel shines with the promise of change in your luck. I see now that meeting you was far more than coincidence, Jasif. It was fate! Yes! What else could it be? We are both exiles kept away from our legacy. Our reputations torn asunder by mistakes we made in our childhoods. You are not allowed to leave your palace, whereas I am not allowed to return to mine. But this shall not stand! If your evil stepmother has taken over your kingdom, I will find a way to restore it. And if your rightful mandate cannot be returned, I will found a new kingdom for you to rule.
Elbar turned towards the tower that led to the royal pathway. Seb instinctively took a step back.
Come now, don't lag behind! There is much to be discussed, my princess.
Sure, I can work with this. The current became more and more complex as Adder traveled down this path, a mix of mysterious emotions and torrential thoughts that would make little sense to him without further context. Memories missing. 1. Oh. The one... Yeah, okay. Okay, fine. What about the other path?
No, I refuse. No matter how you insist, I can't just choose one. You are all my favorites.
I can't reclaim what I want. Uh-oh. Looks ominous.
Mom, help!
The fawn jumped out of her bed, ignoring the sheets she was dragging behind her and the danger she posed on the carpets and vases that decorated her bedroom. Seb valiantly ventured into the dark corridors where a child's nightmares always lurked near. But she didn't fear them, no. All she needed to do was reach her mother's door. She'd be safe there.
Mom, I saw...
There was nothing at the other side of the door but an empty bed looking over a dusty moonlit chamber. The little girl observed the room from the threshold, afraid of stepping in. Until a mirror told her that she wasn't a little girl anymore. I don't want to wake up. The thread of thought Adder was following. Oh, untraversable. This current wouldn't take him any further. Okay. Ooh. So I guess we do get new stuff here as we go through those. So, Don't open that door. Dear Diary, Ikai came back last night. He smelled really bad. Geoff says that he's here to return me to my real parents because everybody hates me. I hit him. He hit me back. We hit each other a lot, and I got so angry that I grabbed his head and pulled at his hair. And then I felt really strange inside, like my eyes were really sore. I don't know what I did, but Geoff was crying. He wouldn't let me see, but it must have hurt a lot. Mom came when she heard, but Ikai was with her, and he got really mad. He screamed at me and at Mom, asking who I was and calling Mom names. I don't know what's happening. They left me all alone up here. I can still hear them screaming in Mom's room. I'm scared. I don't think we've seen this one.
Mom? Mom? Mom!
Once more, Adder felt his mind being desperately dragged away from this memory, as much as he tried to see what lay beyond that door. The smell of blood and smoke clung to his skin as everything went dark. Okay, so we can't. But I think we unlocked something new though. Alone. Several pages. Why is everyone screaming at me? I can't choose. I should have left. I should have left. I hope Geoff gets stabbed in his sleep. I hope he dies as he crawls back. I give up. The nightmares won't stop. I hate deer. I hate deer.
Oh, honey, come on. You can't stay mad at your poor brother forever.
He is no brother of mine.
What would Thar say if she saw you two fighting like that?
She can't say anything anymore, can she?
Leave me alone. Oh. So we're missing a memory, right? Yeah. What about the other choice?
Oh, honey, come on. You can't stay mad at your poor brother forever.
I never wanted any of this. A memory recorded from a low angle, or rather that of a child looking up from her hiding spot behind a statue. She stared intently as the usual giant tree man helped a most unusual red man off his back.
Welcome to the Desert Rose, oh wise merchant. I hope the road has treated you well. I've been looking forward to meeting you personally. Illigrab has told me many stories about you.
I always knew Illigrab was a Yaltsin, but to think he would mingle with actual strumpets.
Red, come on. I'm not asking for so much. 10 minutes. 10 minutes acting like a civilized person in front of Thar.
You can stick your civilization where the sun doesn't shine! I was happy in the steppes, far away from all these senseless plots of yours! When will you get it in your head that I am retired?
What Seb had mistaken for a furry statue of sorts moved all of a sudden. It swept Seb right off her feet with a soft kick, and then grabbed her by her shirt before she touched the ground. The living statue proudly lifted its catch of the day up in the air for all to see.
Oh, there's a little slippery star! What did we say about sneaking around like that, Sep?
I wasn't sneaking around. I was eavesdropping. Unhand me. Unhand me, I said. Mom! Help!
No, if you wanted to meet our guests, you should have come and done so properly. Mr. Red has come a long way to see you. What sort of impression are you going to leave on him if you don't behave?
You misunderstand the purpose of my visit, woman. I haven't come here to see her. I have come here to be seen.
Following an unspoken order, the golem carried Seb a few steps closer to the merchant's face so she could take a good look at him. A moment of expectation ensued. All the attendants stood in solemn quietude as the young gazelle stared at her senior.
What are you? Is your name really Red? Is it 'cause you're red? You look really old. Where are your eyes? And your horns? What happened to your teeth? Your breath stinks.
Are you done yet?
Yeah.
What's any of it to you, you mannerless scamp?
Said mannerless scamp startled so badly that she managed to slip away from the living statue's grasp. She immediately ran to hide behind her mother, nothing short of terrified.
Shh, it's all right. I apologize, Mr. Red. She can be a little overwhelming when she gets excited.
Kids these days. In my day, we called that spoiled. And the cure was a good smack on the head with alongside of a cane. Isn't that right, Aina? Aina?
Her nose twitched slightly, as if bothered by a certain smell. The faintest trace of emotion began forming on her mien as her snout wrinkled and her eyebrows rose. The look Aina had on her face when her eyes found Sep again was awfully casual. It wasn't all that different from the expression any mortal would wear Upon remembering that they had forgotten to hang out their laundry for the last several centuries. The merchant's cane flew right into Eina's chest, before whatever thought had passed through her mind could take form, putting a sudden stop to both her approach and her expression.
Commiserations for abducting the right child. We're done here.
What? You're leaving so soon? I was hoping we could discuss...
There is nothing left to discuss! Not until we have settled down, at least. Illigrab! Is my old abode still free?
You mean the Temple of Irib? It was expropriated centuries ago. I mean, sure, you could buy it again, but it's a miracle it hasn't fallen apart yet. No one has tended to it since my grandfather wilted away.
Perfect! I hate getting used to new houses. Come on, Aina. We have a lot of stuff to carry back home.
Aina stared at Sepp a little longer, before reluctantly following the merchant's footsteps.
Is he always like that?
Oh no, not at all. He usually swears a little more.
I'm special? A lonely child wandered the dark and narrow alleys of Heirloom for the first time in her life. The rainy season had left a misty fog that covered her escape, a welcome assistance as her hooves kept slipping on the wet mud, leaving a clear trail to follow. But then again, who would ever look for her? She was alone. That's why she had left, searching for something, someone, anyone who would understand. At last she found two gazelles gathered under a balcony, warming their hands with a half-extinguished fire hidden under some bricks. Sepp took a deep breath and then a step.
Tesakermat!
Excuse me?
Oh, did I pronounce it wrong? I'm so sorry. I haven't practiced my Basakted in years. Here regards you. May we share the fire as siblings?
You are welcome to sit down, if that is what you're asking.
Sepp nodded, blustered, and then made a space for herself on the ground between them. The two gazelles exchanged uncomfortable glances.
So, what brings you here, little one? Did you get lost on your way back from an errand?
No, I just felt like doing this. I wanted to see what the city was like at night.
Ah, so this is your first time outside after curfew. No wonder you're so nervous. Worry not, you have come to the right people. Listen, the key to making it home in one piece is keeping your feet nimble and your fire low. Avoid the moonlight as much as you can. Deer can see better than us in the dark.
Come on, that's just hearsay.
Capitat it is. Guards always see you before you see them. And if one finds you, you have to play dumb. And I mean really, really dumb. They are paid in Setipas and would rather send you off on your way than waste time walking to the dungeon and back. By the way, if you fancy a drink before going back home, there are a few friendly taverns just around the corner. No one will say a thing if they see a gazelle walking in.
Not like you'd need him. You look like a doe in that.
What do you mean? My horns are right here. See?
Don't mind him. He's just jealous because his masters are a cheap lot. Those are some really good hand-me-downs, though. What house do you work for?
I don't work for anyone. Well, I mean, I kind of work in the Desert Rose, but not really. Val isn't paying me yet because she says I'm still training and I have a lot to learn, and...
The older gazelles looked at each other, horrified.
We have to do something, right? This is like 10 different kinds of illegal.
Wait, we shouldn't just jump to conclusions. Hey, kid, can you tell us what you're training for exactly?
I'm supposed to be training to become a dancer, but actually, what I'm really training for is becoming the next Jasif. I will restore or honor to what it once was.
The next Oh, my son! You should have said so sooner! To think that the Jasif would spend her precious time scampering through dark alleys and huddling around a doused fire with us mere servants.
Don't encourage her, you iskap!
You are the only iskap here! Bow your head and apologize, Nuth! Don't you feel ashamed for teaching our son how to sneak like a street shrub on our first night outside, instead of showing her the proper path for a monarch?
The proper path? You mean I shouldn't be here?
Of course not! See that footbridge above us, my son? It's called the Royal Pathway, and it's a road reserved only for those of noble birth. And tell me, Jasif, who could be worthier of walking the skies than the daughter of the sun herself?
Uh-oh.
Wait, kid! Don't listen to him. He's just...
Yeah, how come no one ever told me about this? What am I doing wasting my time on the ground when I could be watching the city from up there?
Right? Come with me then. I'll show you to the entrance. Oh!
You two seriously have nothing better to do tonight than to make fun of a kid? You know, I usually turn a blind eye on petty things such as barhand escapades after curfew, but incitement is a far more serious crime. Guards!
Sir Puntalos, please! It was him and him alone. I was trying to stop him, I swear!
Yeah?
You can play the blame game all you want in the dungeon. Take them both!
Aww.
What are you doing, Illigrab? Let them go! They're my friends!
No, they're not. I heard the whole thing, Sep. They were just laughing at you.
Wait, were you following me? How did you know I ran away from home? Who told you?
That's not the matter at hand here. You are not allowed to go into the Royal Pathway under any circumstances ever again! Have I made myself clear?
No! It's not fair, damn it! Mom always said that I would grow up to become the next Jasif! You called me Jasif too when you left! Well, it's there in the title! The Royal Pathway! I deserve to be up there! Mom wouldn't want it that.
Look, Sep. Thar was a lovely woman. I wouldn't hesitate to call her one of the best people I ever met. But she was a doe. Her kindness tinted her views so much that it obfuscated reality. This world looks nothing like she thought it did. At least not for you and I.
But that's not fair! Don't you get it? They should be listening to me. I am Jasif! If the world doesn't look like it should, I have to make it change! I'm not doing it for me! I'm doing it for them! Why can't anyone understand that?
Illigrab patted her head as softly as it could.
There is someone who could.
I mean, we are going the kind of inquisitive way here, aren't we? I can't trust anyone. The current... Oh, okay. Memory's missing. Ooh, we have the red man here now. Was the one we just looked at the alone one? Yeah. So let's see more of the strands
come
here.
on. You can't stay mad at your poor brother forever.
So I never wanted any of this. The leave me alone one didn't lead us anywhere, right? Yeah. So what if we choose the other one then? Don't treat me like a child. Uh-oh.
Mom! Mom,
So we're back with the nightmare.
Mom, I saw...
An empty bed looking over a dusty moonlit chamber. And then she realizes she's not a little girl anymore. Ah, we're back to this. We do have... Do we have more here? No. I don't think so, right? So let's go see stuff about the Red Man. Dear Diary, today I met another gazelle called Red and a beast called Aina, and they're mean. Mom says they're important and they'll help me, but I said no because Aina's a beast. But Mom said Aina's a golem, and I am pretty sure it's a beast and it wants to eat me. I haven't seen Geoff's or Aunt Taylid's dad in a long time. They're sad, but I'm glad because he's mean too, but they can't know that. Several pages, huh? We can get into the memory from here. But, is it like a... Oh yeah, we can just get to the memory from there, but let's read all of the pages as well before we go into the memory. When Illigrab and Red visit, Mom locks the door and they won't let me hear what they're talking about, and they talk in Bazakted, so I can't understand. They let me play with Aina while I wait, and I don't think she wants to eat me now. Mom tells me to be careful, but it's like playing with a very big doll. I ask her many things, but she doesn't reply, but I can hear her snore when I tell her she's rude, so I know she listens to me. I have staring contests with her every time she visits. It makes my eyes hurt, but I'm going to get better at it until I win. I think Taylid is afraid of Aina. He looks scared when I'm playing with her. I've told him that she doesn't want to eat us, but he runs away when she looks at him. Raul told me that he's in love and then told me to keep it a secret. I told Mom. Sorry. Today I asked Illigrab if the merchant is his husband because he's always screaming at him, and he gave me a hug. I was trying to make Aina blink today when I heard a voice. I looked around, but we were alone, so I asked her if she said something, and she looked at me, but she looked really scared. I told Mom, and she said I must have imagined it. Geoff heard it, and he made fun of me and said I'm going crazy. I'm not crazy, he's crazy. Taylid likes Aina too, and he wants her to live with us. Mom's going to buy her, so I can have a friend here. Illigrab and the merchant come home a lot, but sometimes we visit the temple too. There's a really pretty statue of Herob, and we pray there. The merchant makes fun of my way of saying words in Bazakted. I hear Aina laughing too sometimes. Mom says that Herob made me, but I don't know if that's true. She doesn't let me read her thoughts, but I can still remember the face of my old father when I close my eyes. Maybe That wasn't my father at all. They could have found me, just like Mom did. I think the statue looks like a girl. I like her horns. Alright, let's see the memory. Oh, okay, so this continues from there. Giant tree man.
Welcome to the Desert Rose, oh wise merchant. I hope the road has treated you well. I've been looking forward to meeting you personally. Illigrab has told me many stories about you.
So, do we skip memory until something new appears? Oh. Stop being mean to Mom. We already did the I'm special thing, didn't we?
We have more than enough money to keep another child. That's not the problem at hand, is it?
No. The problem is that you've lost your damn mind! Where are her parents, Thar? Someone must be looking for her!
Someone must be looking for all the other girls I've brought home too. But you don't understand. She's different.
We'll have to put bells on you if you keep sneaking around like that, little pumpkin.
Tree Dad! How did you do that?
It's a secret feet shuffling technique I was taught by an old friend. You ungulates are so used to clopping your hooves that a shifty walk goes completely over your heads.
What's an angulate?
How about I tell you over some tea and pastries?
Zar and Ikai turned to look at the tree smiling nicely towards them. They both cast their eyes down and hurried away from the courtyard. Were they fighting about me?
Mom?
Oh, this is the nightmare thing again, isn't it? Okay. Adder felt a longer tremor than usual as the memory disappeared. A piece of the wall fell, followed by another and a dozen more. A thin breach formed in her defenses, casting a single sunray into the darkness. It wasn't nearly big enough for his hands or his head, but that was, without a doubt, the way out of her heart that she had promised. He hadn't taken 2 steps towards it when he halted in place, paralyzed by a thought. Adder knew that if he walked out of here, Sepp wouldn't let him inside again, ever. But was he truly ready to leave? Did he really know enough to face her? I want to see more. Let's stay. Perhaps he feared giving Sepp an incomplete answer. Perhaps he just wanted to take advantage of her trust. Be it as it may, Adder turned away from the breach and opened the diary once more. At least he would know where to go if he finally wished to leave. Oh. Scene 11 out of 31. Different. Sure. Dear Diary, Mom was angry again. I think it's my fault. Did I do something wrong? Tree Dad says I didn't, but I don't know. Ungulate. 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 Illigrab. 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 Illigrab.
We have more than enough money to keep another child. That's not the problem at hand, is it?
Were they fighting about me?
Mom? Mom!
Huh? Oh. Like me. Never mind, I hate gazelles too. They're all brainless and I hate them. Illigrab had to come and get me, and I got scolded because none of those bastards understand who they're talking to. Illigrab was right. I have to go see Merchant. He'll make me strong. He'll help me make everything right. This may be the last time we speak, diary. I am leaving too. Okay, so this is the where she comes across the gazelles. I can't trust anyone, or don't treat me like a child. Oh. Memories missing. What about the don't treat me like a child one? Is there something new there? The nightmare.
Mom, help!
And this is the where she goes into her mom's bedroom. And then this is not going anywhere. Okay. Let's see one more before we end the episode. The long silence. Dear diary, I know it has been a while. I'm not trying to avoid you. I just have very little to tell. I spend most of the day dancing bastardized versions of the songs Mom used to teach me. And when I'm not dancing, I'm arguing with Ral about the way she tries to change the songs even further. I've been trying to find someone to practice Besaktet with, but to no avail. None of the few people who know it are willing to teach a child a language so powerful. I had a nightmare today. I dreamt that a beast came for me and ate me, and how did I react? I called for Mom. I'm dying of shame just from telling you about it. Thank the gods no one heard me. And speaking of the divine, tomorrow is the big day. I will become an adult in the eyes of the gods, or some such pointless tripe, by swearing my loyalty to Agazor. As if. Those are the rules that have been set for me, are they not? I decided years ago that I would walk to Hirub's statue on my right of age. I will look at it in its empty eyes and swear that I will find the power to do the things I need to do, to be the person I need to be. I have made it this far with my sanity intact. If that is not proof of my strength and my determination, I'm not sure of what could ever be. It took me all of said strength and determination to not choke Ral tonight after I saw the traditional Barhan dress she brought to celebrate my debut in society. It was not a dress, it was more like a quarter of a dress. She had the gall to spit on my history and then claim Mom had it made for me years ago. Does she think I'm an idiot? The more insinuation that Mom would ever make me wear anything quite so tasteless is revolting. Oh, the mere insinuation. Perhaps that is what is giving me nightmares. Or maybe it's just my mind subtly telling me that I'd rather not. That I'd rather get eaten than go through this. Dear Diary, I have tried to fill this page over and over, but ink alone can't convey the feelings that move my hand right now. My rite of passage came, and with it Ralph's obvious ploy to introduce me to what she refers to as the family business. I can't believe for 1 second that Mom had anything to do with parading doughs around for deer to drool over. But arguing with that terrible woman is a pointless waste of time if I ever saw one. At first I was crawling out of my skin. With those clothes on and all the fire burning around me, I felt exposed and awful and trapped. You don't even have anything to be ashamed of up there, Ralph said, giving me a God-stamped slap on the butt. I truly considered taking a torch to her dress and running. But then a thought struck me. Had I not practiced this dance 1,000 times? Was I not blood of the mightiest people who ever danced with fire? I could quietly die of shame in a corner, unheard and ignored like any other gazelle these beasts had ever met. Or I could burn for all to see, make them remember what they had just witnessed for the rest of eternity. They would not dare forget what they saw. And I was right. When the dance finished and I took the last steps to the center of the stage, they asked about me. They wanted to know my name, my story, my age, everything. And in a bout of inspiration, I proudly announced, I am Jasif, and you need not know more. The deer went quiet, and then they all stood up and began whistling and clapping like they had lost their minds. That was power, Diary. The fire and the gazes and all the fine words I have been taught had nothing on the way I had over the most powerful men in Heirloom as I danced. They were sweating as they watched, swearing over and over that they were not horn-eaters, as they looked for a way to approach me in private and ask when my next show would be. I finally realized how foolish I was spending my nights hidden among books in my room, hoping that someone would come and rescue me. I am not a little candle blowing in the wind. I am fire itself, hungry for everything. It is time to escape my confinements and see the wonders of the city. See the wonders the city has been saving for me. Goodbye, Diary. I have a date tonight.
Mom, help!
Oh, we're back here. And this is not going anywhere. Okay. Uh-oh. Which memory was it that led us out? I guess we could always do the leave the diary thing and get out that way. There are a lot of memories here that we haven't yet seen. I think we'll continue going through the diary and the memories in the next episode because I really want to know more. I know the game said that we could leave, but I'm too curious to leave this alone. So yeah, we'll continue going through the memories in the next episode and see what all we uncover about Sep or Jasif and her life up until the present day. For now, thank you so much for watching and spending a little of your time with me here today. It was lovely to have you, please remember to be kind to yourself. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you again next time.